Today we're checking out an interesting storage solution for the Nintendo Wii from the Peaceful Outcome. If you're a fan of the Nintendo Wii and have it modded, chances are you're using an external hard drive to really take the most advantage of the system for storing your Wii, GameCube games, and homebrew on. But anyone that has tried moving the Wii around the house with an external hard drive knows that it's kind of an annoyance. It goes everywhere, you have to find a way to make it look nice, and it's just not the most elegant of solutions. While it gets the job done, it could definitely be improved upon and look prettier. And that is where the Peaceful Outcome has stepped in with a Wii and Wii U 2.5 hard drive mounting kit. With this kit, you're able to mount a 2.5 hard drive up to 9mm in thickness onto the side of your Wii or Wii U system and make it seem like a more integrated part of your system. And best yet, the kit is available in your standard colors of white, black, blue, and red, so almost regardless of the color of your Wii, you can find a kit that will match it. So let's start by looking at what comes in this kit from the Peaceful Outcome. So we have a couple of zip ties here and an alcohol wipe for preparing the Wii system for the mounting of the housing itself. And then we have a SATA to USB adapter for hooking up any type of SATA hard drive or SSD. So, for example, got a little SATA SSD here. You can see that it just plugs right on in. And then, same thing for SATA hard drives. So, you just line it up and hooks right in. And this is a Y splitter cable, so that way it can get enough power for the Nintendo Wii U use as well. So this is a kit that can be used on both the original Wii or Wii U as you see fit. And as for the mounting tray here, you can see that it is relatively big enough to hold even the larger size SATA hard drives. And a bit longer, so that way it can house even the adapter cable here, so that way you don't have to have that poking out the side. But hard drives can just go on in, and they're held in place by these little side mounts here. So again, this does fit even larger drives, as well as your SATA SSDs. So very universal fit here, very cool. And to get them out, if they are in, after you have this mounted, there is a hole here on the top that you could push a longer object through to push those drives out, because again, they are held in place very tightly. That's kind of the whole point. They're not going to slide around and mess up your drive. Now, fortunately, your typical external drives aren't going to fit normally, but that's okay, because you can pop these open and there's usually just a USB adapted SATA hard drive inside of them. So for example, I pop the top off of this external hard drive. Inside, just a standard hard drive, but it has a USB 3.0 connector instead of a SATA one. So pop these screws off the side. That will also fit in there perfectly. So if you have an existing drive setup that you want to just carry over to a more cleaner solution, again, it can just go right in. You can use your existing drive and not worry about any of this extra stuff. But with the drive in place, you can see that this just uses 4 adhesive pads to mount it anywhere you would like on the Nintendo Wii. So I kind of favor this spot like near the front here. It's just above this white line and right behind the faceplate's separating line right here. So that's kind of what I prefer, but you can literally put it wherever you want. You can put it right in the middle, pull it to the back. Wouldn't recommend the bottom corner because then you have it kind of shooting off of this little thing here. But if you plan on using the stand, the vertical stand as well, you need to keep that in mind, as that will dramatically change what areas of the Wii system itself are visible. So like my preferred area isn't accessible with the vertical stand in place. So again, your personal preference on where you would like to mount it, depending on how you plan on using the system. But to prep the system for mounting, again, this kit does come with a little alcohol prep pad, so that way you can get the surface nice and clean. So, just going to go over my preferred mounting area here, and just make sure that the entire surface is nice and cleaned off, so that way we get the best adhesive. I'm actually just going to go over the full surface of this thing. I haven't cleaned this one yet since I bought it. But now that that's done, I'm just going to go over it with a little anti-static cloth here, microfiber cloth here. And Just make sure the whole thing's dried off before we try to stick some adhesive on it. So that doesn't feel like it would work very well. All right, cool deal. So again, my preferred spot is just to put it right here with the guidelines of this bottom lip and the front faceplate. So just going to remove the adhesive coverings. There we go. And now to get this lined up. And there we go. Just gonna make sure this is all firmly placed down. Don't want it moving on us. And that just becomes a nice integrated part of the Wii system. Now we could just get it plugged back in so we could do some cable management with these zip ties. So just gonna make sure to get this plugged in there. Plugged in there. And now we just have a little bit of cabling to work with here. So I'm thinking something a little bit like this. Little loop. So something nice and easy, gives us the slack we need to pull this out. And it'll all keep in place right here pretty well. So not too shabby. So just gonna get my zip ties. There we go. And just gonna clip the ends of these, so that way they're not protruding. There we go. Excellent. And so now when you go to take your Wii around, you can see that it all just stays nicely in place. There's no more fumbling about with the hard drive, making sure you don't drop it or lose it or leave it behind. It's all right there, nice and easy and ready to go. And as previously mentioned, if you ever need to get it out to add more stuff to it or anything, get something skinny and just slide it out, disconnect it from the system, go plug it into a computer, and do all the file management that you need to do anyway. And then when you're done, slides right back in. And ready to go. And so there you have it, the peaceful outcomes, Wii and Wii U 2.5 hard drive mounting kit. Definitely a much more elegant solution to the Wii storage solutions. If you're using 2.5-inch hard drives, definitely a lot better than having it flapping around in the wind, and just so much less problematic. I love this. This is a great concept. 3D printed part is doing the job well. The color closely matches the original white here. Not 100% the same, but close enough that I could honestly care less. But again, very clean. It looks really good and just gives it a nice low profile thing. It's still easy to access the drive anytime you want. And yeah, I think this is a really cool solution for the Wii. But big thank you to the Peaceful Outcome for sending this out my way to showcase with all of you today, just to get some awareness built for this type of a device. And if you'd like to check it out for yourself, please be sure to check out the Peaceful Outcome site and see it in all 4 of its available colors. But we're going to go ahead and call it here. I'm going to go play some Wii games now, because how can you not after you spend all day recording a Wii video? So I'm just going to leave it here for all of you. Thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the world to us that you spend a minute of time on this channel. But here at the end, just the usual favors. Thumbs up, thumbs down, depending on how much you like it. Sub button, notification bell. I remember what I'm saying. And if you'd like to further support this channel so we can always keep bringing this content to you, please be sure to check out that Patreon link in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen or the join button here on YouTube, as every little bit helps keep us going. Big shout out to all of our current backers. You are once again just the most amazing people on the planet, so thank you so much for supporting us. But until next time, my wonderful internet peeps, you all stay awesome, keep on gaming, and we'll see you all back next video.